Another cosplay Kamala stunt that is going to cost her the election. Let me explain why. She had a rally, air quotes, last night.
Now, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, you know, Kamala Harris is showing up at the churches, and you know, she was at Bishop Eddie Long's New Birth Baptist Church, and I think that is, I forget what part of Georgia that is. I feel like it's Decatur, but I don't think it's Decatur. But anyway, I'm just wondering if fans are now starting to get the Holy Ghost, or what's going on in the stands. You never know what you're going to get when you go to a Kamala Harris rally. You never know what you're going to get. But, you know, I was going to say she never disappoints, but she often disappoints. But in terms of entertainment value, I think Kamala Harris never disappoints from that regard. There's always going to be something there's going to be some takeaway. That's like, yo, what the heck just happened here? After the rally performance out in Michigan yesterday, man, Kamala Harris, she literally got roasted. She got destroyed out in Michigan. The protesters, woo.
We will win because together, and this is about all of us, we are fighting for America's future. And we understand the opportunity we have before us to turn the page on the fear.
She got lit up. Anybody out there see what happened yesterday out in Michigan during the rally with Kamala Harris? A lot of folks were saying that they were also lying about the numbers. The number of people who attended Kamala Harris's rally yesterday. You had Michelle Obama out there. There's even talks about Beyonce, and a lot of people calling that whole situation completely fake. So I think it's no wonder why we're seeing the likes of Kamala Harris saying bottoms up, hitting the bars, getting slapped drunk out here at the bar. A lot of people were wondering, was Kamala Harris drunk on stage? I can almost see the headlines now. Kamala Harris always wants to pretend that she's black. So the headlines are going to probably come out saying something like, Kamala Harris tosses back cup of lean while she sits in the bar post-rally or something. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the things that they say about Kamala Harris they're just comical, guys. I mean, that was quite an event. It really was quite an event. And, you know, I think it's probably no wonder that after that horrible experience, you know, literally pretty much forced Kamala Harris to stop her speech, forced her to shut it down momentarily. I think it's no surprise that Kamala Harris ended up drinking at the bar with Whitmer. And, you know, and that's the one thing about Donald Trump. You never, ever see Donald Trump drinking alcohol because that's just not his thing. Donald Trump has never drank alcohol in his life, according to him. And I think Joe Biden may have actually made a similar claim. Not 100% sure on that. Y'all let me know. By the way, if you guys appreciate the content, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Totally appreciate you guys. Absolutely also appreciate the shares when you guys share these videos. It absolutely does help us out. We're trying to hit 700,000 subscribers by election day. I know it's a lofty goal, but we're aiming for it. So every one of your subscriptions absolutely does help us reach our goal.
She, of course, has to invite paid entertainment because otherwise nobody would show up. So everybody at the rally is paid, except those who came to see the entertainment last night in Houston, Texas. Who is the entertainment? Queen Bee herself, Beyonce.
Queen Bee.
Yeah.
Beyonce using her influential voice, not as an entertainer or politician, she said, but as a mother.
A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in. A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies.
How do you think Kamala Harris will not pack a stadium by herself? That's just not happening. Donald Trump does. Everywhere he goes. Sold out Madison Square Garden in 3 hours?
Woo!
Yeah, so, and he doesn't pay people to show up at his rallies. By the way, entertainers, anybody who wants to come and speak, but he doesn't.
They can all just come to Donald Trump's rallies. They ain't got to pay. But Kamala Harris, out of desperation, due to a lack of attention, because people don't want to see Kamala Harris. They don't want to see her. They don't want to hear from her. I mean, if you've heard her once, you've heard her a million times. She's going to read the same speech. That's literally why Kamala Harris has to pay people to show up, because it's like an investment for her. She invests in Beyonce, Lizzo, Usher, the Migos, Quavo, who else? Meg Thee Stallion. You got to invest in all of these different entertainers to get people to show up. That's why. And I'm honestly surprised Beyonce even showed up with all of these new problems that she's dealing with now that Diddy has been arrested and all the Diddy tapes are coming out, Diddy's videos. All these different celebrity names are about to drop. You'd think that Beyonce would probably want to lay low. And maybe the fact that, Diddy got caught up in all this stuff recently up in New York, maybe this is the reason why Beyonce decided to delay her endorsement because it was an endorsement. You don't go to a Kamala Harris rally if you're not supporting her. So to me, this is clearly an endorsement, but it makes me wonder, it's like, okay, was Beyonce just trying to stay out of the limelight because of Diddy? Or what was the real reason for the delay? Was it that Beyonce really doesn't want to support Kamala Harris? But it's like, all right, well, I'll stand next to you for 3 minutes for $10 million. I know I'm a billionaire, me and Jay-Z, but for $10 million, I'll make an appearance, perhaps. I don't know. What do y'all think? This is so cringy to me. Is this cringy to you guys? Watching Kamala Harris just kind of she's wandering. She's looking left and right in the crowd, looking for a savior of some sort. But all she sees and hears is a massive sea of boos from the crowd. It's like, oh my God, where are the handlers to come rescue me from this horrible situation? Cameras are focused on her. She's just in this really awkward situation. I'm pretty sure if you were to hold Kamala Harris's hand, I know you wouldn't want to hold her hand, but I'm just saying, if you were to hold her hand in this very moment, you would feel like an ocean of sweat pouring from the palms of Kamala Harris's hands as she is desperate for saving in this particular instance. I mean, she invested $10 million into Beyonce as she advertised this free Beyonce concert for anybody who attended this rally, only for Beyonce not to attend. And this is like another broken promise from Kamala Harris. Who here remembers the promise that Beyonce was going to appear and perform at the DNC in Chicago, which did not actually materialize. And just remember, think about all of the backlash that came from that, right? People ain't here to see Kamala Harris. They ain't packing out the stands because they want to hear her mouth. They wanted to see the Queen Bee. They wanted to hear Beyonce. They wanted to see her get up on stage and perform that magic that she performs. And it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Wow. I mean, this is just so awkward. I almost don't kill me, guys. I almost feel bad for her being in this situation. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This perfectly sums up Kamala Harris's failed campaign. When have you ever seen Donald Trump's campaigns or rallies get out of hand like this? When do you hear Donald Trump get up on stage in his own rallies getting booed in the stands? Right? I mean, this is Kamala for you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. This was tragic. Let's watch Beyonce, who may or may not be reading from a teleprompter. But comment down below. Do y'all think Beyonce is reading from a teleprompter or what?
H-Town. We are so happy to be standing here on this stage as proud country Texas women supporting and celebrating the one and only Vice President Kamala Harris. A woman who's been pushing for what this country really needs right now: unity. It's impossible not to feel the energy in this room, the positivity, the community, the humanity. We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history. I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician.
I'm sorry, you're Beyonce. You're always going to be here as a celebrity.
I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in.
Well, how many of you guys have run into Beyonce at the grocery store? How many of you guys have run into, how many of you guys kids go to the same school that Beyonce's kids go to? Because my kid hasn't gone to Beyonce's kid's school. I can tell you that. So I think it's just funny how the pandering to the audience is just always here, right? The use of us, the use of we, it's like, I understand that we both live on Earth, but our worlds are totally different. Like, Beyonce is essentially, trying to make a connection between her family and us. And I'm sorry, but as a billionaire, your world is just totally different than ours. As a billionaire, who's president in the United States, in my opinion, matters way less than who's president for middle class, than who's president for the lower income, for the lower class. So to try to make the connection that, that she's a part of us, that she's one of us, is highly misleading. You don't even see Beyonce. Beyonce is on a whole nother level of society that you and I will likely never even encounter.
A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies. A world where we're not divided. Our past, our present, our future merge to meet us here. Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations. Imagine our grandmothers. Imagine what they feel right now. Those who have lived to see this historic day. Even those who are no longer physically with us. Imagine all of their sacrifice. The sacrifices made so we can witness the strength of a woman.
Here we go again with the gender marketing, because we should be voting purely because she's got a uterus.
Standing in her power. Reimagining what leadership is. For all the men and women in this room and watching around the country, we need you. Your voice has power and magnitude. Your vote is one of the most valuable tools, and we need you. Your freedom is your God-given right, your human right. Everybody say Texas. Texas plays a pivotal role to change the course of our future. Texans and Houstonians from 3rd Ward, River Oaks, Sugarland, 5th Ward, Ailey, Memorial, Southwest Side, North Side.
What side? Is it me, or does it seem like Beyonce's just a little bit uncomfortable on stage? Now, I've never known Beyonce to be an actor. She's more of a entertainer, musician, singer, songwriter, dancer, actress. I think she's been in 1 or 2 movies, but I don't know if I'm really convinced here. I feel like, and you can kind of like see over here, the little teleprompter that Kamala Harris normally reads from. So I'm pretty sure she's reading from that. But anyway, hit me up, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this. This is wild. This is wild. And for all of those who deny Kamala Harris reads from a teleprompter, does anybody think that Kamala Harris reads from a teleprompter? More importantly, does anybody think she does not read from a teleprompter? Because here you have evidence here at the Kamala Harris Beyonce Houston, Texas rally. This is proof that, that these folks are reading from a teleprompter. So even when you get an endorsement, this is more than likely a written by Kamala Harris's team passage or endorsement that these folks stand up in front of the crowd and read as if it's their own words. But here you have a prime example of the teleprompter malfunctioning to a point where the endorsed person here at the podium has literally called it out. Listen to what she says here. I know it's a little bit difficult to hear, and you might have to replay it, and that's okay. But I want you to listen very carefully and closely to what she's saying about the teleprompter. Listen.
Been empowering for me. Teleprompter, I'm having a hard time seeing it, guys. I'm just being real here. So it's been powerful to encourage young. Man, she can't see it. She's not able to read it. Oh man. So for those of you guys who stand by Kamala Harris and say, oh, she doesn't read from a teleprompter. Okay, sure she doesn't.
Hard work is joyful work. And make no mistake, we will win.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like with Kamala Harris wearing this doo-doo brown suit jacket and the shape of her lapels or the collar, I'm not sure if these are collars or lapels, but then you have this pendant that she's wearing. It makes me think of Star Trek. Like, anybody remember Star Trek? Like, she just reminds me of like, it's like the costume that they wear on Star Trek. I don't know, just a little bit nostalgic here.
And I got something more. Or as a certain former president would say, yes, we can. So yes, we can, and yes, we will. And we will win because together, and this is about all of us, we are fighting for America's future. And we understand the opportunity we have before us to turn the page on the fear.
Unruly protesters, guys, they're not happy with Kamala Harris here. Unruly protesters not happy with Kamala Harris. And, you know, this is just one of the one of several pieces of Kamala Harris Kalamazoo, Michigan rally event that literally just it went to the crapper. I mean, it went downhill very quickly. Did you guys hear about Beyonce allegedly being paid like $10 million to basically endorse Kamala Harris? Can you pay for an endorsement? Is that even legal? But yeah, rumors are coming out saying Kamala Harris, or at least Kamala Harris's campaign, allegedly paid Beyonce $10 million to be at her rally and to endorse her. Now, I think it's rather interesting how this endorsement from Beyonce came so late in the game. I mean, think about it. If you really were down for someone, you'd probably be out there campaigning or at least verbally endorsing someone right out the gate. Why would it take so long for an endorsement, right? I mean, we're in the final stretch here. So I think that it's pretty evident that the CNN polls are actually worse than they're actually being reported, because this shows a level of desperation that we just haven't seen from the Democratic Party until late. Like the desperation has been escalating, but to resort to a $10 million payoff to Beyonce allegedly for supporting Kamala Harris, and then on top of that, to spend $10 million and get booed at your own rally? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, imagine this, guys. Imagine paying $10 million to get booed at your own rally. I mean, these are allegations that, you know, it's been reported that Beyonce received an estimated $10 million to endorse Kamala Harris and to perform in Texas for Kamala Harris. Now, that was allegedly what the plan was, but plans have changed. Beyonce doesn't want to get booed on stage. How many of you guys are fans of Beyonce? Do you think she should get booed on stage? I mean, she's a phenomenal performer. She has an amazing voice. I can't imagine Beyonce getting booed. And so maybe that's why she did not perform. Beyonce actually only spoke for about 3 minutes, and she did not perform, resulting in chaos for minutes of boos across the arena. Now, some people say the booing is because Beyonce didn't perform. Other people are saying that the booing is because people were really disappointed with Kamala Harris. But what do y'all think? And let's not forget about Lizzo. Lizzo was allegedly paid, $2.5 million to tell the country that Kamala Harris is going to turn America into Detroit. Holy cow. Who wants America to become another Detroit? I mean, Detroit is the worst example of a city in America. I would not want America to become a nationwide version of Detroit. That would be atrocious. I would literally be looking for dual citizenship at that point. I'd be looking to move somewhere outside the United States if that were to happen. What do y'all think? Now, what you guys are about to witness, you're about to witness New York City Mayor Eric Adams come out and actually rebuke Kamala Harris's statement of lies, saying that Donald Trump is a fascist and that he would be like, parallel to being like a Hitler or something like that. This is New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is literally facing the same type of basically DOJ attack that Donald Trump experienced, as he has recently been indicted in New York City. But here you guys are about to listen to Mayor Eric Adams of New York City rebuke Kamala Harris and actually support Donald Trump. I never thought I would ever say this, but watch.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. I wonder if I could ask you about any communications you've been having with the Trump campaign about this rally or otherwise, and if you believe, as others have said, that the former president is a fascist.
I have been, I had those terms hurled at me by some political leaders in the city, using terms like Hitler and fascist. My answer is no. I know what Hitler has done, and I know what a fascist regime looks like. I think, as I've called over and over again, that the level of conversation, I think we could all dial down the temperature. And I've heard people say that the former president should not be able to have a rally in Madison Square Garden. I strongly disagree. This is America, this is New York, and I think it's important that we allow individuals to exercise their right to get their message clear to New Yorkers. And our job as a city and as a police department is to make sure they can do that in a peaceful way. I think that we must be extremely cautious. The heat we turn up today, pre-election, is going to have to be the heat we're going to have to govern in. And I think we need to show a level of respectable communication. And so when people called me fascist and other terminologies, I didn't like it. And I don't think it's fitting to anyone to state that the former president is equal to being Hitler. I just think that this is a city where we have the largest Jewish population. Anti-Semitism is on the rise nationally. We need to do everything we can to push back on that level of anti-Semitic tone and anti-Semitic issues that we're facing in the city. Let's have a safe, fair, democratic process and show the globe how we...
Wow, what you guys have just heard is literally Mayor Eric Adams providing support to Donald Trump of all people. This is New York City Mayor Eric Adams, guys. He's essentially rebuking Kamala Harris, saying that Donald Trump is a fascist. This is what Kamala Harris has said repeatedly. And we have New York City Mayor Eric Adams coming out saying that he completely disagrees. We need to turn down the rhetoric, and that he supports Donald Trump coming to New York City and hosting his rally at Madison Square Garden. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.